Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, film fans, we're back with another film. Of course, it's Quick Shot Reviews for Cheap Shot Entertainment. And I'm your host, Luke, and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening on the podcasting channel, we thank you very much for joining us for this very special episode. Because it is Wonka, the film that everybody's been waiting to see, directed by Paul King and starring Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet. There we go. I got it right. As the character himself, the character that's captured so many imaginations over the course of its time, as you know, as part of the book. I think it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory rather than Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So is the actual name of the book, written by Roald Dahl himself, of course. But everyone wants to know, is Wonka a plonker? No, absolutely not. Not in this film. It is brilliantly done, beautifully done. It's a wonderful film, and I would actually go and see this again. I actively also found the soundtrack and listened to that in my car because it is that good. And it's done in the same vein as the Netflix film Matilda. And I feel like this is something that they should do more of with Roald Dahl books. As long as you've got good writers for the music, for the actual story, I think this is the way forward for Wonka, for Roald Dahl books in general. I do feel like if it's not on the stage already, this should definitely be one of those stage shows because it's already got the music there, it's already got the choreography, and it's just brilliant. And basic premise, the start, the prequel, it's how Willy Wonka becomes Willy Wonka and gets his chocolate factory and his, it's how he starts out. He has dreams of opening a shop in a city renowned for its chocolate. But along the way, he meets friends, he meets foes, and just people in general who want to try his chocolate. And it is based around also a greedy chocolate cartel who have this thing against Wonka because they are selling their chocolate at huge prices whilst Wonka is practically giving his away and it tastes so much better. Sounds very familiar actually, but it's just a veritable who's who of English actors, from Timothy Chalamet to Murray MacArthur. You've got Izzy Sooty, you've got Matilda Tucker, you've got Olivia Colman, Tom Davis. Calla Lane plays Noodle, who is the first person that one can meet, pretty much, that is actually nice to him. She has a wonderful performance for a young actor. Patson Joseph as Slugworth, Matt Lucas as Prodnose, Matthew Bainton as Fickelgruber. It's just, you could go on and on and on. Rowan Atkinson's in there as well, Jim Carter. It's just fabulous, absolutely brilliant from start to finish, and I absolutely love it. It's nearly 20 years since the previous iteration of Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, of course, that didn't do too well, and it's just over 50 years since Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the one that started it all in terms of film, and again, absolutely awesome film. Um, so yeah, it's the best version of a cynical idea. This idea that all these amazing chocolates are being made just randomly out of a suitcase, or, it's crackers, isn't it? But this is what makes Wonka such an interesting character, because he can create all these things. And I suppose it's kind of like looking at Roald Dahl. He just sits down and creates these wonderful worlds, description, and these characters that do so much whilst just capturing your imagination. You really want them to succeed, and this does exactly that. Now, I was a bit worried about this because I love the original film with Gene Wilder. Um, I was wondering whether this would hold up, and it absolutely did. It was just the best part about this is that it was a film unto its own, apart from the world that it was contained in. Now, it would have been so much easier to go down the route of just recreating the whole thing like they did in 2005, but this one has its own identity, and that can only be a good thing. It's got a dark edge round it. It's milk chocolatey inside, and it's just an absolutely delicious film that I could watch over and over again and listen to the soundtrack like Matilda, watching over and over again. And it's just, this could be career making for some of these young actors that are in here. Obviously, the older actors that work alongside them also absolutely brilliant. It's funny, it's charming, it's just got oodles of noodles of character, and it's terrific. Absolutely brilliant, fantastic journey. It's got the peril in there. You've got the fantastical like set pieces as well. And whilst there is a lot of CGI in this film, as you can expect, it's done reasonably well. Obviously there's a scene where there's a giraffe. They couldn't get a real giraffe because they wouldn't be able to make it do what they wanted it to do. But even the giraffe has character, and it's amazing. Such an amazing film. So, would I recommend going to see Willy Wonka? Yes, absolutely. 110%. There's such a good lot of films out or now that have come out over Christmas that I think people should absolutely clamber to go and see, because they are best on the big screen. I actually went to see this film with a friend from university, went to a small cinema in Bridgnorth, and it's a wonderful little cinema, very intimate, less than 100 people in the cinema. If it was full, really small, tight, compact, like I say, intimate screening, and it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. From the prices to the actual film, that cinema deserves a lot of credit, and that is in Bridgnorth, and it is a real cinema, not expensive like the bigger names, and it's just everything about it, the staff, even the food wasn't expensive, and the surroundings. Bridgnorth is absolutely beautiful. Suggests that if you are interested in sort of older towns and villages, absolutely go to Bridgnorth. There's loads around it as well, like Shrewsbury and all that. But we're talking about film. We're talking about cinemas. Go and support your local cinema. I have been your host, Luke. You are the Cheap Shot Nation, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.